Hello, I'm Rio. I decided to do a video comparing Descent Underground with Overload. So let's first start off with Descent Underground. Descent Underground is being developed by Descent Studios, and is still under early release with the Kickstarter date of 2015. The graphics on the game are still kind of very subpar. They're not great, and they're not awesome at the same time. They're just passable. Now the game is still in early release, so the graphics have improved since the alpha, but I kind of expect a little bit better right now. For audio is pretty good. It's just kind of expect a little bit more out of it, a little bit more oomph to a lot of the sounds, especially like missiles and explosions. But like I said before, the game is still early release, so there's probably still improvement coming along. We would just have to wait and see. Now for gameplay, right now just going against drones, gameplay is very kind of bland. There is supposedly a mining element in the game, which I started trying to figure out where some of these rocks I can destroy, but I don't seem to get what's behind it yet. I guess they could hide secrets behind it, or super weapons or something. Now for every drone, you have energy, shields, health, and fuel. Fuel is used for your afterburners, energy for your energy-based weapons, or ammo for ammo-based ones, which I do not find any in this. Then shields are for protecting your ship like normal, and then each ship has its own hull value. When your shields run out, you got a certain amount of hull. Now each ship has a unique and special ability. Like this one here I'm flying, it shoots tri-lasers, and when you use its special ability, it overcharges the weapons, shoots a little bit faster, and it actually puts it in like in a spiral pattern. Other ships have like mining lasers. One of them has like an ore crusher, which I could not figure out, and the mining laser just is doing anything. I couldn't find anything in the level to use it on.
Energy.
Now you do have your standard energy charging stations, just like in Descent.
Energy.
And with fuel, gives you power to your boosters. But fuel is very limited. You have to actually pick it up as an item throughout the level in order to keep boosting. It doesn't recharge like Descent 2 did, where it would use your energy storage for recharging.
Choose your ship.
And here again, I'm using the mining laser that I spoke about on this other ship, and it doesn't affect those rocks at all. So, like I said, what's the mining laser for? I don't know yet. Maybe that'll be something in the final version. Now, for the AI in the game right now, they seem to hunt you a little bit, but not much. They don't seem too intelligent at times. Many times I've actually ran across where they're just staring at a rock and they don't even attack me.
Energy. Hostiles eliminated.
So now for Descent Underground. It doesn't really feel like a Descent game to me. It feels more like a little bit like a flight simulator in a way. I'm not sure if this is going to fall in before or after Descent 3. I'm just questioning what is this really. It's got the Descent look and Descent style ships, but it's not really Descent. It's something on its own.
Laser upgrade. Vulcan power. Strategy.
The one thing though that really bothers me about Descent Underground is none of the original creators for this has ever been part of a Descent team or worked for a Descent team from what I have read so far. So that kind of makes me a little worried, because it's almost like they're making it their way instead of actually kind of following along with Descent, which cannot be bad, but still, if you're going to call it Descent, it needs to be more like Descent.
eliminated.
Multiplayer is fun at times. Other times it seems to be a little bit of a giant lag fest, but maybe it's because it's still in early access and the netcode's not final. But with that, here in a few seconds we're going to go ahead and start showing you what Overload looks like, that is made by the original founders of Fair Software, the creators of Descent 1, 2, and 3. Overlord is made by Revival Productions, and their Kickstarter started back in February of 2016. Now the graphics for Overload is very crisp, clean, and just absolutely stunning. Destroying the robots and watching them fly into pieces as they let off a nice, disturbing scream just kind of sends chills down your spine. Now, speaking of the disturbing robot screams, the sound design on this game is just beautiful. Every bit of it, down to the thuds of the missiles hitting, the Crusher cannon firing away, and every shot you feel the thud of it in your chest like you're being kicked. And with the awesome soundtrack in the background just driving you harder and harder, it's just orgasmic for your ear holes. Now for the gameplay, the game is very addictive and hard to put down. Once you get going in some of these challenge modes, you just don't want to ever stop. And when you die, you just want to load back up and try and go again and see as high as you can go. Unlike Descent Underground, Overload, you only have to maintain your shields, energy, and that is it. Well, along with your ammo supply with certain weapons. But your boost bar, you don't have to worry about any fuel. It recharges using the energy from your ship. And in challenge mode, shields and energy is pretty plentiful if you play your cards right. Now for the AI, sometimes the AI is scary. The robots will hunt you down, pack up, sneak behind you, find any way to try and destroy you. And as you increase the difficulty of the game, the smarter they get. For my final thought, if I had a choice between Descent Underground or Overload, I would go Overload all the way. Descent Underground is neat and fun for where it is, but Overload feels like a true, real spiritual successor of Descent. Not just a polished turd that with the Descent name. This is real Descent. Has every feel, every fly, and the weapons just have the Descent touch to it. So I would go Overload all the way. I really wish I knew about this sooner on Kickstarter and I would have supported it versus Descent Underground, but it is what it is. Right now the Kickstarter for Overload is closed, but keep watching them, they may end up opening it one day. On that note, I want to say thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe, and give me a thumbs up so I know if I'm doing good, or please offer me suggestions to help me get better at doing this. This is my first real video trying to produce on a review on something. So again, thank you for watching, please like and subscribe, and this is Ryoke, signing out.